Yep.
Hello, sailing addicts. I am with skipper Conrad Colman at Sable d'Olonne in France. We are on the start of the Vendee Globe, and Conrad, this is your first Vendee Globe?
That's right. It's been a long time getting here. You know, I was in university in Colorado in the Rockies in 2007, and when I got my degree, I was keen to take on a new challenge. And going from a professional mountain biker to a professional sailor and taking on the Everest of the seas, the Vendee Globe, it's been a long time coming. So.
Okay, great, congratulations. You have a really special boat. It's an unusual boat for two reasons. First of all, you're not living alone. You're living with 438 angels.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Can you talk a little bit about your angels?
Yes, that's right. Well, I was approached by an association here in France that's called the Voile des Anges,
which
means angels.
Sails of angels.
And the angels are children primarily who have died prematurely, and this is an association that helps parents grieve by bringing to life their memory, and so I'll be sailing with in the colours of this association, and I'm very pleased to help the parents out. Really, that I had a meeting with many of them a couple of days ago, and it's very touching how they feel that this is helping them grieve. There's a family that's just come on board now, and so they're looking for for the name of their child, and it seems to really help them. So I'm pleased. Yep.
That's really important. Also, that boat got something really special because it's, I don't know how to say that in English. You're going to help me because I'm French-Canadian, as mostly know.
Yep.
So explain to us what this boat got particular.
Well, the idea is that I'll do this race around the world in a clean manner, that I won't be burning diesel to provide the electricity that is required by these modern boats. You know, that we have a automatic steering, which is not by a wind vane like many cruising boats, but with a very powerful and very intelligent autopilot. But the downside is that it uses lots of electricity. So we have very high-level instruments. We have a water maker on board. That means that we don't need to carry 300 liters of fresh water with me. And obviously it's a very sophisticated satellite communication systems, and all of this makes a modern racing boat, but it makes it very hungry when it comes to power. So all of my other competitors will be running their engines with their alternators in order to charge the batteries, and sometimes with auxiliary systems like a small propeller that drops down behind the back of the boat. But my primary source of energy on board is in fact a hydro generator, which is an electric motor that has replaced my diesel engine. So I have 100% electric drive on board, which comes from the company called Ocean Volt. And in fact, I'll use this opportunity to start the engine and go forwards. Okay. So you can see here, I have a little throttle control lever.
Yeah, I don't know if we see it at the camera.
And just sitting here right now, we'll go forward. So you can see here.
Oh yeah, I can feel it.
I've pushed it forward. The boat is in drive, and if we cut the lines now, then the boat would take off and would be gone.
Wow.
So, it's a system that is very powerful, is completely silent, and is multifunctional in the sense that it will drive the boat, but also it will generate a power when the boat is sailing through the water.
You not only generate that, I'm a sailing addict, and just to have that feeling, we're still on the dock.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna get addict. I feel I would like to try that.
Sure. No, it's an
really
incredible
powerful
system, and it's the future of sailing. It's the future of all transportation, really. That cars are becoming more and more electric, and will eventually, in the future, become the majority. My objective with this campaign was to promote this change that is inevitably coming. But because I grew up in New Zealand, and it's a very clean country, and we also had the ozone hole over New Zealand, and so for me the argument that humans are incapable of changing the climate is insane, because I grew up with the proof that that's clearly the case. And so one has to be very careful with our emissions, and sailing is the only mechanical sport that can really promote itself as being clean. So why not push it to the natural conclusion?
In fact, it's one of the 3 official themes of sailing, as in French and in English: the sailing, the navigation, and the protection of the marine environment. Because for me, a skipper or any yachting people who are not aware of what's going on under the hull is not a real sailor.
I agree completely.
It's really important for me, and I publish a lot to sensibilize about that and to what's going on under a hull, you know. So you have also a solar panel integrated into the sail?
That's right. So for the first time in the world, I'm generating power with my propulsion engine.
Yeah.
And also I'm hidden offshore with solar panels in my in my mainsail. And so I have flexible solar panels that are integrated directly into the mainsail itself, and so I have 350 watts per side of the mainsail.
Nice.
200 watts on each side of the cabin top, and instead of being a disadvantage or more stuff to take with me, first of all, it doesn't weigh more on the boat, and secondly, these are very robust systems. Often people rely just on the alternator or just on the starter motor on the engine, and if they have the slightest problem with their engine, then their race is cooked. Whereas, just like a good investment portfolio, you need to spread the risk. Here I have many independent systems that can charge the batteries on board.
The only bad side is you have to sacrifice a lot of your comfort. You're not going to be able to have any heat on board, and all the other one will have, and you will not have. It can be quite cold, I think, in certain area.
Down in the south, I joke that the Vendee Globe is a story of sailing around an ice cube. The ice cube in this case is Antarctica. In the sense that we sail down the Atlantic, we turn left. When we get to Cape Town, sail around Antarctica, and when we get to Cape Town, we turn left again. And so, the navigation stuff is pretty simple. But we're kept by the race organizers in relatively clement conditions, in the sense that they don't want us to be hitting icebergs as we go around, and so we have a limit south that we can't go, and that line is adjusted depending upon the longitude and where the pockets of cold water are, and so on. So we're going to be sailing in water that's 4, 5, 6 degrees Celsius, but not freezing. So I'll survive. I've brought some more layers of long underwear with me, and I should survive.
You're gonna be glad when you're gonna get up a little bit and get some some heat. Now, to finish, you're still looking for some sponsor to be able to finance the rest of, especially your communication challenge. So you're looking for a sponsor from 5,000 to
5,000 up, through to the title sponsor of the boat. It's only here in France that we have hundreds of thousands of people that are attracted to this race, which means that foreigners like myself, even though I'm completely fluent in French, struggle to find financing because it's just not part of our culture. And so this is my first participation in the Vendee Globe. I'm as yet unknown in France as a sailor. And so I have struggled to reach out to companies in New Zealand and America and Canada to make a go. So yes, there are, but it's a race that is completely unique commercially because it lasts 3 months. It's very interactive with the skipper. It has incredible visibility, especially in France and in Europe. So it's a very valuable proposition. Okay,
so interested potential sponsor can contact you all or your team?
Via Facebook. At Conrad Colman Ocean Racing, or via my website, which is conradcolman.com.
Okay, so even because it's communication budget mostly, I guess even if the start is done, it's still not too late while you're on the race?
Absolutely, I can still activate a partnership during the race. So it's never too late and it's never too small. Anything helps.
Good, good. Thank you very much, Conrad. And we wish you fair winds.
Yep.
And we're going to talk again when you're going to get back. Thank
Sounds
you
great.
again.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yep.